Hey, welcome to MillennialTheraMom Season 3. So it's wild to say, but this channel has been alive and in the world for about a year. And just like my own baby, who is now 18 months old, it's been such a pleasure to watch this channel grow. And I'm not even talking about subscribers because as of now, I have about 50 something. But what I mean grow, I'm talking about just the education, the conversations, everything in between that I've been able to just share with y'all and that I've been able to learn from y'all. So I this is kind of in combination with my Instagram channel and my YouTube. They're both Millennial Theramoms. And just a little backstory is I actually started this channel when I was in my own first 6 months postpartum. It was actually in February when I was about 3 months postpartum that I decided to start the Instagram. And then from there, I kind of played around with different models to try to share education and support, and eventually landed on YouTube as one of my favorites. And I think for me, it's that I love conversations. I love feeling like I'm talking to y'all. I also like the ability to be able to share images if I need to, but also for us to just kind of like make virtual eye contact. I don't know if you are making it with me, but I feel like I am when I'm talking to y'all. As a fun fact, I am an introvert, and sometimes these spaces are kind of fun for me because I feel like I get to have this whole processing session with a homegirl, with a comadre who is interested in similar things. So I'm grateful that y'all are here. So just to jump into some of the behind the scenes, in addition to sharing the context of how this channel came alive, I also want to share some of my main values and some of the values that have been coming up as I continue to step into this postpartum and maternal mental health field. So first, compassion. I think that we need to have more compassion for new parents, whether that's when we see them in the store struggling with a toddler, whether we're talking to a friend who is freshly postpartum or anything else. I just feel like compassion should be a little sprinkled throughout all of our lives a little bit more. Definitely collective care. I think that we are in a generation and a time when it's more important than ever to really see the humanness in other people's experiences and be like, okay, that's valid. Maybe I'm not having that specific experience, but I care about you enough and the collective to do something about it. And I know that doing something about it will range depending on your capacity, your time, your energy, your work status, all of that. For me, as a primarily stay-at-home mom who's actually in the middle of a bi-coastal move, so the background's going to switch pretty soon. I know that my capacity is about 10 hours a week or so, sometimes 15, and this is in combination with administrative stuff that I have, therapy clients that I have, other courses that I teach, workshops that we do, and all of that. So that's where I kind of came to mind. So that's my piece of the puzzle. But I want this to be an encouragement to you that you have power and you have gifts and you have skills that could help people. And sometimes we just need to try them out and experiment and see what lands, what brings us joy. But I can confidently say that doing this content stuff does bring me joy. And if it can help even one person, that's the what I want to keep focusing on. If it can help one mama or one new parent, and then that trickles down and helps that little baby. And then that little baby, it trickles down to their little friends, right? Like that is collective too. So that's definitely something I wanted to just highlight. I also wanted to focus on the holistic and generational health and wealth because holistically speaking, we are not just our body. We are not just our mind. We are not just our spirit. We are all of it. All of it is me, right? How my emotions are doing, how my body is doing, how my spirit is doing. It's all connected. And on top of that, generationally speaking, I have inherited lot of gifts and skills from the generations before me. I've also inherited maybe some burdens, some cultural mindsets that I'm working on unpacking and kind of determining for myself, like, all right, what do I want to keep passing on? And what maybe was a trauma response that I want to leave back there? Right. So I think about that both in the sense of how we receive information about what's important and also moving forward. What is my daughter? Who I mentioned is a toddler now, going to learn about what it looks like to take care of your mind, your body, your spirit, your relationships, your finances, etc. So that's why I really want us to touch on a little bit of everything this season. And I'm excited to just experiment with y'all. And last but not least, I do want to share that some of these topics this season are going to be very much informed by my own culture and my own experiences right now. Actually, let me backtrack because I think everything that I say is impacted by my culture and my experiences. So there might be some things that you might not just see, and that's okay. But again, my encouragement is to for all of us to consider how is that person experiencing this season right now, given the current systemic climate, cultural climate, whatever it is that's going on, there are additional systemic barriers and factors. One being that this 1 in 5 number, which is the about how many people in the United States have a perinatal and mood anxiety disorder postpartum, like depression, anxiety, or etc. That's 1 in 5, generally speaking. But within Black women, it's actually closer to 40 to 50%. And within Latina women, it's actually closer to 35-ish%. So that's more than 1 in 5. So just let you all know. And I think that's why I want to make sure that as we continue to have these conversations around postpartum and maternal mental health, that is holistic, collective, generational. I also want us to talk about the culture. What inheritances from our culture help us? Like for me, music and dancing and cooking is all just so culturally rooted for me. And also, what are the things within our system that is part of the culture? It's part of the water that we swim in, in this metaphorical swimming pool, right? So, what are the things in that culture? Like, oh, snaps! Like the lack of paid parental leave impacts me. Some of these systemic inequities that are rooted in our country are also impacting women of color and other first gen and other immigrant communities and others. So that's just what I want us all to consider is that we can move towards this collectively, but we really need to consider how within our homes, within ourselves, within our culture, within our community, within our society, within our country and our world, how is that impacting postpartum and new parents? And just think about it. I know that the task is large, but as I mentioned before, I think we all just got to grasp our little part of the collective puzzle to bring light, encouragement, support, empowerment, validation, and anything else that new parents need to others. And I do strongly believe that one family at a time, we really can help generations to come. And I really want you to encourage you to consider that too, just the power that you have within your own home and your own family, your own friends too. So I hope that you follow and subscribe. You like this video. You can let me know if there's any topics. Some of the topics that I am going to be reviewing are a review of just postpartum mental health. Again, some general stats and awareness, some skills. I also am really interested in perfectionism and people pleasing in motherhood. Some of these cultural expectations, especially in the Latino community around Marianismo, this concept of matrescence, the process of becoming a mother, and so many others. So I just hope that you subscribe, join me on this channel, on this journey, and I hope they all take care. Bye.